Now, the Diabelli's Polonaise from the grade 4 syllabus. This is a fun piece. It's a dance. It's got these accents on the second half of beat 1. And the first thing you need to do is to learn the one shift that happens repeatedly through the whole piece. If you master that shift, the whole piece is sorted. What you need to be able to do, and do it on an up bow. There's logic to my suggestions here, so just stay with me on this. We're going to practice. Just play that. We're going A, B, C sharp. Now I'll say the same thing that I always say about shifts. When you shift, it is the arm takes the hand to the new position. Your thumb, there should be no squeezing between your fingers and thumb. Your thumb's on the back of the cello. Simply, it glides and slides along the back of the cello according to wherever the hand has gone. The thumb is there, an opposite second finger. Okay, so whether in first, second or third position, it changes slightly in fourth position, but we don't need to worry about that here because the whole piece is in first and second position. All you've got to do is shift. The arm will shift the hand so that the first finger is either sitting on a B natural or it's sitting where third finger would normally play on a C sharp. And that's your shift the whole way through. I'll show you what I mean. So we've got that. Can you try that? So A, B, that's the note, that's where you're shifting. So you can try playing 3, but don't do it too much because you don't want to train that into your hand. A, B, where 3 would go. Remember that your thumb goes with your hand wherever it goes. And that shift happens in bar 1. It happens in bar 5. It happens in bar, what is that, 16, 17. It happens in bar 21. It happens in bar 13. The same bit. But this time you actually get to hear your third finger and then you match it up. But it's the same shift every time. And in bar 16, where's my first finger? It's there. We're just not playing those, but you can practice bar 16 by shifting to where 3 would normally live and then put 4 down. And you've got your E natural. So, it's the same shift. It's every single time you're not in first position. You'll be in second position with your first finger lining up with where 3 sits normally in first position on a C sharp, and your fourth finger is on an E natural. So, going back to the characteristics of a Polonaise, it's always in 3 time, and it's got that extra weight, extra accent. So you've just done this. Remember, don't grip, don't squeeze. Keep your hands, just the weight of your arm holds a nice curved first finger, holding that string down as you move. The arm moves the hand. Okay, so here's the rhythm. And you stay there. And then you shift. Stay there. And then we've got this bit that you know. Stay there. First position. Second beat accent. So listen from bar 6, 2 and 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That's very characteristic of the dance as well. So from the beginning, we have, start with the bow on the string, and then you get your best quality of open A coming through. Open A's can twang at us when we least want it to happen. Show no fear. So nice, good, strong bow contact, no squeezing, no pressure, no tension, relax. And then you've got that lovely open A. Never show an open A any fear. So sink into the string and push. Here's the shift. You're still in that position until there. You go back and look at that shift. The arm. Do you see how I lifted my arm? It's a very small movement, but what I'm doing is lightening the weight of the arm off that old position and allowing it to lift up and place down in the new position. This movement is so useful for any shift back when you're shifting home to first position particularly. So here's an open A again. The second time you do it should be louder. There's one thing as well about the bow stroke. If you use enough bow on the open A, the crotchet A, you've got enough bow for that slur of 6 semiquavers. If you don't use enough bow on the crotchet, you're going to run out of bow and it's not such a good sound there. So remember, give it a whoosh and then a long crotchet. And as you shift, keep the bow flowing as you shift. They are somehow connected. If you shift here, you want to keep the movement here as well. And that movement will help you to do your shift. Keep the bow flowing. Long bow. Those are quite short. Home. And then one full crotchet bow. So keep the bow moving as you shift. Place of the bow that you just started this. Don't start it from where you ended up. Lift in that crotchet rest to your preferred place of the bow again. Lift again, same favourite part of the bow. There's that shift to the second position again. So that bar. Save the bow, shift back. Did you see me lift my arm? Very small movement. So I'm sitting on a second finger, lift to a 3, and then hold bow. 1, 2, up to second position. And it's very, very okay to hear a little bit of a shift. It's actually adding the herbs and spices, the flavours to our playing. It's a very done thing to hear the movement as a tiny bit of a hint of a glissando. We don't want to be slipping and sliding in all directions, but here and there, a shift that we actually hear you do, it's great. And actually it's good for us to hear the shift, especially when you're learning to shift. Keep the bow flowing and let's hear the mechanics of what's happening between the notes. If you listen to the sound between the notes on your shift, and you'll get it because you're keeping the bow moving as you shift, the shift will work better and better. Okay, so this bit, where am I? So this is bar 16. And that shift, look, I shift up on 1 to the normal place and put my 4 down. Shift on 1, the arm says, I'll put you there. This bit's quiet. And now it finishes loud. Use more bow. Last bar on the second beat. All of these are characteristics of the Polonaise. So work on it at that speed, and when everything starts to work, get your metronome out, find out what beat fits with the speed you've just been playing at. Play it with a metronome. Make sure that you're in time with the metronome at the speed you're comfortable at. And when it feels quite easy to stay in time with the metronome, just push the metronome numbers up a little bit. 2, 3 notches, that's all. And try to play with that. And gradually you can increase speed that way. Okay, but this is all about first and second position and keeping your bowing flowing as you shift. Okay, good luck with that.